Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you enjoyed today's video. And if you're back, of course, welcome back. Today I have a really exciting video to share with you guys because this is not only the next video in my comparison series of this kit, Spirit of Flight, from two different diamond painting companies, but more importantly and exciting news, I've hit a fun milestone with this video. I am at the halfway point of these kits, as in I'm halfway done with both of these kits on this massive project already. Now, if you are brand new here and just kind of stumbled in here, or you haven't just for any reason seen any of my other videos in this series just yet, what I am working on right now is a rather epic scale comparison project between two separate kits of the same piece. So this particular piece of artwork is Spirit of Flight from the artist Josephine Wall. It's a really well-known piece of hers and has been licensed to multiple companies. And I have decided, for diamond paintings that is, and I have decided to do a big comparison between two companies that have really, really radically different styles. And I can't, as I've said a million times, I can't resist a comparison project, even epic level ones, especially epic level ones. So the two companies that I have gotten this kit from are Diamond Art Club and Diamond Painting Deutschland. Diamond Art Club's version of this kit is 106 by 70 centimeters and has 66 colors. And on the canvas is poured glue. On the other hand, Diamond Painting Deutschland, which is Germany, their canvas is 100 by 75 centimeters, so just a slight difference in dimensions. It has 275 colors, huge difference, and is on double-sided adhesive. So truly, the only thing that these two companies and kits have in common is that they have legally licensed this artwork from the artist, which is super important to me. And those are the kinds of companies I'll purchase from. So the way that I've broken this project down to make it more manageable and to be able to share my progress along the way is I took each of these canvases and divided them into 8 columns. And each time I complete a column in both canvases, I do one of these comparison videos so that we can touch base, see what we think of how these are looking, and compare them to the original artwork. Now, yes, I'm leaving you in suspense. Over here is, we've already talked through comparing this piece before, because what I've done is, of the original artwork, I worked on the first 2 columns over on the right-hand side and then decided to hop over to the left-hand side and work my way back over to the column that's going to have Spirit of Flight's face for motivation for myself. So we're halfway done, but you're just going to see there's the 2 columns over here, and then we're looking at 2 columns over on the left-hand side of the canvas. I'm also, after we take a look at the canvases, just at a glance and talk through that, I want to talk through just what sort of the mental marathon that this project has been, and just my overall thoughts of what this has been like, and maybe tips and tricks I would share. So, without further ado, let me show you the 2 columns over on the left-hand side. All right, here we go. A couple of drills that I think fell off my tray earlier. Okay. All right. Wow. Wow. Isn't that such a stark difference? Wow. Okay, so if you've watched some of the videos in this series before, you'll hear me point out some of the same things, but I think that the more of this canvas that we reveal, the more it sort of just reinforces the different strengths and styles that these companies have, which does remind me, I like to mention in each of the videos of this series that my goal and my heart behind this series is not to set the companies up as if they're competing with one another. It's not to decide which canvas certain kit is, which company is best, in air quotes. My goal with this is purely comparison. It's a chance to highlight, this is what Diamond Art Club does really well. This is their rendering style. Same with Diamond Painting Deutschland. It kind of gives you a snapshot of what to expect if you were to order from one of these companies. And my hope is that it would help you decide like which style appeals more to just your personal taste. And we all have different personal tastes, and that's fine. It's actually, I think it's great that we have multiple options of companies to get this same beautiful artwork from. So I just wanted to make sure you guys were keeping that in mind along with me. But this here on the right is Diamond Art Club's version. This here on the left is Diamond Painting Deutschland's version. I am in just a moment going to shift this over and we'll put the original artwork in between to take a look. But for the moment, let's just take a moment and look at the artwork as it is and talk about it a little bit. So Diamond Art Club's version is quite crisp, quite clean. They've given lots of definition to various elements of the artwork so that it feels like you really know exactly what you're looking at. They've added some, I suppose, highlighting, like up here in the waves and maybe even kind of on tops of these birds' wings. Diamond Art Club did actually include AB drills with this kit. I think there's 2 AB colors in this kit. And in here we just have kind of a smattering of white, kind of highlighting. This is parts of her robe. There are areas that are super clearly defined, like the butterflies are really well defined. Her hair, they've defined like the individual strands of it. I also feel like the color has a lot more clarity and contrast, I suppose. And with 66 colors, I think that's a lot for Diamond Art Club. I think that given how many colors this piece has in it, with just 66 colors, you're inherently going to have more definition because there's fewer color changes overall. Diamond Painting Deutschland's version, I love how the water is rendered. I feel like it feels more like the ocean to me, you know? I love the blues in it and the aquas. It's a really stark difference from Diamond Art Club that has done mostly grays and then really dark, like blacks and dark browns. A little bit of gray. I do like the way that the Diamond Art Club feather is really distinctly defined. This kind of like peacock feather. It's a little more, has like kind of a watercolor effect over here in Diamond Painting Deutschland's version. Same thing with kind of the butterflies, which we talked about in the last video in this series, but continues to be true as we keep adding on more butterflies. They just are generally more sharply defined here. So I mentioned before, but just in case you've missed it, not only is there a large difference in the number of colors that each of these kits have and the overall styles and approaches of the 2 different companies, as far as Diamond Art Club's very clean and crisp, Diamond Painting Deutschland's a little bit more impressionistic and watercolor and just sort of dreamy and whimsical. Diamond Art Club hand charts and hand renders very meticulously every single kit that they launch. They have shared before in a couple of different Facebook groups that the Josephine wall kits are incredibly, incredibly time consuming and difficult to render. They take so much longer than any of their other kits just because of the sheer amount of detail and the way that they have to look at the original artwork and sort of interpret it for what works for their style without blowing the canvases up to like an even larger size. And this is nearly as large as they go over at Diamond Art Club. Diamond Painting Deutschland, on the other hand, does have, I believe that it's more computer charted, and that we just get all of these glorious colors. 275. So let me shift this and let's pull up the original artwork so that we can do a comparison. So I'm going to shift this over. So let's go ahead and pop up the original artwork here so we can compare. All right. So with this original artwork, it's always so interesting to me to see how each of these companies has looked at the original artwork and interpreted it, essentially. I find my own observations and thoughts on this to be pretty consistent with what they've been so far in this series, where I feel like the original artwork is somewhere in the middle of these two, where we get just a little bit more definition than the Diamond Painting Deutschland version gives us, but it's a much softer feeling and style than the Diamond Art Club version. I think there are really great things about both, but I wish that that these two were, like, that there was the middle ground between them. But I still think this is really interesting to look at and see how each of these pieces are really similar to the original artwork and how they're different. I feel like the colors in the Diamond Painting Deutschland are closer to the original artwork, with like the blues, and then especially like with the peacock feather, it's actually, I feel like, much closer in Diamond Painting Deutschland's version. It's not nearly, her hair is nowhere near as defined as Diamond Art Club has charted it. That doesn't mean that either one of these, again, is better than the other. It's just an interpretation choice on their part. I do always like to mention that, particularly with really large diamond paintings like these are intended to be looked at from a viewing distance. Even right now, I am filming from maybe 3 or 4 feet from these canvases, and I feel like if this is hanging on your wall, you're going to be standing back further than 3 or 4 feet in order to be able to see the whole canvas. And so even though at this current viewing distance, the Diamond Painting Deutschland looks, maybe you think it looks too muddy or too unclear, but if you were to step back even further, it's going to come into focus. I am planning on, once I've completed both of these kits, I want to show you pictures and that vantage point of from a distance so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But for the moment, I just want to let you know that that's something to keep in mind. Diamond Art Clubs, even though it's very sharp up close, it's still going to look great from a viewing distance as well. I am loving the colors in these kits. I love the purples and the butterflies in here. I personally am partial to the really muted pastels that are in Diamond Painting Deutschland's version, but I also love how clearly defined the butterflies are in Diamond Art Club's version. All right, so I do want to take a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and put up some pictures that I've taken of each of these canvases pulled back, where you can see the whole canvas with these 2 columns completed on the left and the 2 columns completed on the right, because I have a really difficult time showing that in camera with the way I have it set up right now. I'm going to have to figure this out, though, so that I can show these as we continue along. It's going to get more and more complicated. But let me go ahead and pop up those pictures, and we'll go back and forth between them. So first, let's go ahead and put up the Diamond Painting Deutschland version. And now let's switch to the Diamond Art Club version. So that gives you a little bit of a sense of maybe a bit more of sort of that viewing distance I was talking about. So here's the Diamond Painting Deutschland again. And then here is Diamond Art Club's version. So we are officially halfway through this project, and I'm stoked. This has proven to be more fascinating and interesting a process than even I had expected, and I hope you've really enjoyed the ride along with me. As far as just what this process has looked like, I have found myself just trying to be really in tune with, like, am I in the mood to work on these pieces, particularly the Josephine, they're both Josephine Wall, the Diamond Painting Deutschland one, which is extremely confetti heavy. The sections in the Diamond Painting Deutschland version take me 3 to 4 times as long to complete as the Diamond Art Club version. It's significantly longer. And so that just can be really mentally exhausting, and just like, I feel like it starts to hurt my eyes after a little while with hunting for symbols, and each section it feels like I'm working on has well over 100 colors in it. It's a little bit more of a mental load than working on the Diamond Art Club version or just working on smaller kits in general. I am a huge proponent of, if you are working on a massive project, to sort of listen to your brain if it's like, we need a break from this. Burnout is approaching. Let's pull out something like a special drill kit or a round drill kit or just a little snack size, like smaller painting, something that will give you the satisfaction that satisfaction that comes with a finish. Because if you just try to really power through, even if you're not feeling like it, it's really, I think it's going to take longer because you're not enjoying it. And then it's going to feel like it takes longer on top of that because you're not enjoying it. So I did take a couple weeks off after I had finished, I think after I finished the third column. I took a bit of a break, worked on some round drill kits, did some event stuff. But then I was really ready to pick it back up a week or so ago. Well, as of the time of this filming, this video is not going to go up for a little bit, but I'm glad that I did, and I've been excited to get back to it, and I feel refreshed and happy to get back to it. I did a whole video that I think a lot of people have found really helpful, where I talk about all of my tips and tricks for working on a really large canvas. And that was a video I put together when I was working on my very first Josephine Wall kit from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and that was Magical Merry-Go-Round. And partway through that kit, I decided to create a video where I was sharing my learnings and my perspective of what it's like to work on a really large canvas, and various tips from everything from how to like physically work on it on your table, depending on the size of the table that you have. I talk about the mental load of tackling something like this. I talk about organizing your storage in a way that makes sense. Just basically different things that I found helpful to sort of set me up for success. If you're tackling one of these projects and feel like you're struggling, I'll suggest that you check out that video. Maybe there will be some info in there that is worth trying that you haven't thought of before. I'll link that video up in the eye as well as down in the description, and would love for you to go and take a look. But I don't know, you guys. It's kind of crazy to think that I am halfway through this giant project. My goal is to finish this. I'd really love to finish it before September 1st. So then I can focus on Drills and Chills, which I'm co-hosting this year. Sorry about that. So that's kind of my goal, and I think I'm on track for that. And it just depends. If I start to feel burnt out, I'll take a break, and that's fine. But I'm enjoying this a lot more than I expected. I know a lot of people thought, wow, you're literally going to do the same piece of artwork 2 times, and these really massive scale, like massive size canvases and whatnot. And, you know, I kind of said it up front that I had a feeling that it wasn't really going to feel like I was doing the same kit twice, because these seemed so wildly different when I unboxed them and took a look at them. And that has been my experience, that as I've worked on these, because I tend to do one column of the Diamond Painting Deutschland and then do the same column in the Diamond Art Club version. And it really doesn't feel like I'm working on the same piece at all. They're so different. They're so different. And I'm glad that's been the case, because I think it would have felt monotonous if it really did feel like I was doing the same exact kit twice. So anyway, I think that's all that I really have to share for this particular update video, but yay, we're halfway. We're getting so close. I mean, we're halfway. We're halfway there. Not going to sing that song because I don't want YouTube to get mad at me. But it's the same song that always comes to my mind whenever I hit the halfway point of a project. Like, I don't know. Anyway, rambling off topic now, but let me know what you guys think. This is one of my favorite parts of these videos, is I love hearing what your observations are, what your thoughts are. Again, this is not a competition between these two companies. This is just a, hey, what's your personal preference? What do you notice that you like? What are some of your favorite things about, you know, each of these and compared to the original artwork and whatnot? So please, please, please share your thoughts down in the comments. I can't wait to read them and chat with you guys more about it. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up before you head out. That would be super helpful for me. And if you're not already subscribed and you want to see more diamond painting content like this and follow along with this comparison project, but also lots of other things like unboxings and tutorials and post reviews and whatnot, please feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you. You can also hit the bell to be notified when I do share new videos. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.